10 mind-blowing psychology facts that will change how you see the world. Ever wondered why we make certain decisions without even realizing it? What if I told you that hidden forces are constantly shaping your thoughts, emotions, and behaviors? Welcome to an exploration of the deepest corners of human psychology. Today, we're diving into concepts that go beyond textbook definitions, unveiling the mechanisms that govern our very perception of reality. Brace yourself as we unravel 10 advanced psychological phenomena packed with technical insights and cutting-edge research that will transform how you see the world. Fact 1. The placebo effect and neurobiological processes. The placebo effect isn't just a trick of the mind, it's a powerful demonstration of how our expectations can alter physiological states. At an expert level, the placebo effect engages complex neurobiological mechanisms. Research using functional MRI fMRI has revealed that placebo treatments activate opioid receptor pathways in the brain. Specifically, regions like the periaqueductal gray, anterior cingulate cortex, and dorsolateral prefrontal cortex show increased activity. This neurochemical response leads to real analgesic effects, as endogenous opioids are natural painkillers. In a 2018 study published in Nature Communications, researchers found that patients with chronic pain who received a placebo showed a 25% reduction in pain intensity. Neuroimaging confirmed increased connectivity between the prefrontal cortex and the periaqueductal gray area, indicating enhanced top-down pain modulation. This demonstrates that belief and expectation can induce measurable changes in brain activity. It has profound implications for clinical trials and therapeutic practices, suggesting that harnessing the placebo effect could enhance treatment outcomes even without active pharmaceuticals. Fact 2. The bystander effect and social inhibition mechanisms. The bystander effect highlights a counterintuitive aspect of human behavior. The more people present during an emergency, the less likely any one person is to help. This phenomenon is rooted in social psychology and group dynamics. The case of Kitty Genovese in 1964, where reports claimed that numerous witnesses failed to intervene during her assault, sparked significant research. Although later analyses nuanced the details, it remains a pivotal example of public inaction. Studies employing electroencephalography, EEG, indicate that in group settings, individuals exhibit reduced amplitude in the P300 wave, associated with attention and stimulus evaluation when witnessing emergencies. This suggests a neurophysiological basis for decreased responsiveness due to divided attention among bystanders. Social inhibition and diffusion of responsibility are key factors. The presence of others leads individuals to assume someone else will intervene, diminishing personal accountability. Understanding the bystander effect empowers us to act decisively. Recognizing that others may hesitate for the same reasons can prompt proactive intervention, potentially saving lives. Fact 3. The halo effect and cognitive biases in perception. The halo effect is a cognitive bias where our overall impression of a person influences how we feel and think about their character. It's a type of implicit bias with significant impact on various professional fields. Neuroscientific research indicates that the halo effect involves activity in the medial prefrontal cortex and the superior temporal sulcus, areas associated with social cognition and impression formation. This bias affects not only perception but also memory encoding of traits. Consider a manager assessing employee performance. An initial positive impression based on punctuality might lead to overestimating the employee's overall competence. In legal contexts, defendants who are physically attractive are more likely to receive lenient sentences, a phenomenon supported by statistical analyses of court records. This underscores the importance of awareness and corrective measures to mitigate bias in critical decision-making processes. Fact 4. Cognitive dissonance and neural correlates. Cognitive dissonance occurs when an individual faces conflicting beliefs, attitudes, or behaviors leading to psychological discomfort. This discomfort prompts a change in one of the conflicting elements to reduce dissonance. Functional MRI studies have identified that experiencing cognitive dissonance activates the anterior cingulate cortex and the insula, regions linked to emotional regulation and error detection. A person who champions environmental conservation but frequently flies on airplanes experiences dissonance. To alleviate this, they might rationalize by emphasizing the necessity of travel for work or by purchasing carbon offsets. Understanding this process is crucial in fields like consumer psychology and behavioral economics. Strategies can be developed to encourage positive behavior changes, such as reinforcing the alignment between personal values and actions. Fact 5. The Pygmalion Effect and Performance Outcomes. The Pygmalion Effect reveals that higher expectations from leaders or educators can enhance individual performance, a self-fulfilling prophecy rooted in interpersonal dynamics. Neuroendocrinological studies suggest that positive expectations can reduce cortisol levels and increase oxytocin release, fostering a stress-reducing environment conducive to better performance. In a controlled experiment, teachers were told certain students were late bloomers based on fictitious test results. These students showed significant IQ score improvements over a year. In corporate settings, managers who set high yet achievable expectations can boost team performance. Training programs that focus on effective communication of positive expectations are essential for leadership development. Fact 6. Confirmation bias and information processing. Confirmation bias is the propensity to search for, interpret, and recall information in a way that confirms one's pre-existing beliefs. Neuroscientific investigations using fMRI have shown that when individuals are presented with information aligning with their beliefs, reward-related regions like the ventral striatum are activated. In the realm of finance, investors may focus on data supporting their investment choices while ignoring warning signs. A 2015 study in behavioral finance revealed that traders exhibiting high confirmation bias had portfolios with 25% lower returns due to poor diversification. This bias can impede critical analysis and innovation. In scientific research, it may lead to cherry-picking data, hindering advancements. Awareness and methodological rigor are imperative to counteract its effects. Fact 7. The mere exposure effect and familiarity preference. The mere exposure effect suggests that repeated exposure to a stimulus enhances an individual's preference for it. Electrophysiological studies demonstrate that repeated stimuli lead to fluency in neural processing, evident through reduced N400 amplitudes in EEG recordings. In a sophisticated study, participants were subliminally exposed to unfamiliar symbols. Later, they rated these symbols more favorably than new ones, despite no conscious recollection. Brands utilize the mere exposure effect through strategic placement and repetition across multiple platforms. Understanding this effect is critical for developing ethical advertising practices and for consumers to recognize subconscious influences on their preferences. Fact 8. Social loafing and collective effort models. Social loafing refers to the phenomenon where individuals exert less effort when working in a group compared to when working alone. The collective effort model, CEM, explains that social loafing occurs when individuals perceive their contribution as unidentifiable or non-essential. In a meta-analysis of 78 studies, researchers found that social loafing reduces individual effort by an average of 18%. Factors influencing this include task complexity, group size, and cultural background. Implementing clear role assignments, enhancing task meaningfulness, and establishing individual accountability can counteract social loafing. Advanced project management tools and techniques are vital for optimizing group productivity. Fact 9. The spotlight effect and egocentric bias. The spotlight effect is our tendency to overestimate how much our actions and appearance are noticed by others. Studies utilizing the social cognitive neuroscience framework suggest that this effect stems from an inherent difficulty in differentiating between one's own perspective and that of others. In an experiment, participants wearing a conspicuous T-shirt believed that 50% of peers noticed, whereas in reality, only 25% did. Recognizing that others are equally focused on themselves can alleviate social anxiety. This insight is valuable for professionals engaging in public speaking or high-stakes presentations, promoting confidence and authenticity. Fact 10. Emotional intelligence and leadership effectiveness. Emotional intelligence, EI, is the capacity to identify, understand, and manage emotions in oneself and others. It's a crucial factor in effective leadership and interpersonal relations. High EI is associated with increased gray matter volume in the ventromedial prefrontal cortex and enhanced connectivity between the amygdala and cortical regions. This neural architecture facilitates better emotional regulation and decision-making under stress. A study in the Leadership Quarterly found that leaders with high EI contributed to a 15% increase in team performance metrics. Developing EI enhances conflict resolution skills, fosters collaborative environments, and improves overall organizational effectiveness. Advanced EI training is becoming integral in executive education and development programs. We've delved into 10 profound psychological phenomena, each unraveling layers of complexity within human behavior and cognition, from the neurochemical cascades of the placebo effect to the subtle biases shaping our perceptions. These insights offer a deeper understanding of ourselves and those around us. As experts and enthusiasts in psychology, embracing these concepts challenges us to question assumptions, recognize hidden influences, and apply this knowledge in practical, transformative ways. The mind is an intricate tapestry of conscious and unconscious processes. By exploring and understanding these advanced psychological facts, we not only enrich our knowledge, but also equip ourselves to drive positive change in various spheres of life. If this journey through the depths of psychology has intrigued you, give this video a thumbs up. Share your insights or experiences in the comments below. We'd love to hear your expert perspectives. And don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth explorations into the human mind.